Hey, how's it going guys? This is AG to Byte and this is my mini review of the Motorola G6. So Motorola has been one of the big names when it comes to budget devices, especially the G series. The G6 happens to be the latest and greatest version. So I've been using my phone for about like a month. These are my thoughts. Just a small note before we begin. The B-roll for this video has been shot on my friend's phone. So, yo, give me your phone. I have some work. I gave it. Okay, didn't exactly happen like that, but thank you. So the specs of this thing, they are not particularly great, but they aren't bad either. It has a 5.7-inch Full HD Plus 1080p display, Android 8.0 Oreo, Snapdragon 450, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and Adreno 506 GPU. But for now, let's talk about the design. This is the first time Motorola is bringing the glass back to the G series. It brings overall a much better build and just better weight distribution to the device. There's the new 2:1 aspect ratio that we see on most phones now, but without a notch. There's a USB-C port and a headphone jack at the bottom, and that's it. I think the design feels more premium than its price, which is a good thing by the way. The screen is a 1080p display and it gets sufficiently bright and sufficiently dim. It has almost stock Android with some Moto touch-ups like 3-finger screenshot, karate chop for torch and stuff. There's also one button navigation, but I find it very difficult to use, so I never use it. So the new thing here is Moto Voice, an AI-based assistant from Motorola. But why? I mean, Google handles a lot of that stuff much better. If I ask Moto Voice, what do you do? It says,
oops, that command isn't supported right now.
And if I ask Google Assistant, what do you do? It says,
there are lots of things I can help you with. For example, you can say things like, news about the NFL. Or, can I change my sharing location? Swipe to see more options.
It's so much better. Okay, let's talk about the battery now. This thing houses 3000 mAh battery, which is definitely less than what the current industry standards are in this price range, but it has surprisingly held up well. Maybe a lot of that comes from the fact that I don't use the phone that extensively. Maybe it's that. The other version of this phone, the G6 Play, has a massive 5000 mAh battery, but it also has a slightly weaker processor. And talking of that processor, this thing is a hot debate for this phone right around the web. I see it everywhere. I see it on Amazon, I see it on Flipkart, I see it on YouTube comments, everywhere. So this houses a Snapdragon 450 processor, which is definitely less than what 600 series processors are, but it has never let me down. Maybe again that's the fact that I don't use the phone that extensively. I'll link a really good article from versus.com, the comparison between the 450 and 636 processors, right below the like button. Now let's talk about the face, the back of the phone. So the back houses a dual camera setup, one 12 megapixel and the other 5 megapixel with the flash, and obviously the Motorola logo. I'm not that into the stuff like dynamic range and those camera stuffs. I don't really know them. So if you want to have a look at some of the pictures, these are those. So final thoughts. If you're into stuffs like stock Android, Type-C, and a decent camera, this is the phone to go. Green light, you can just go and buy it, and I don't think it will disappoint you. But if you're more into performance or extensive gaming kind of thing, this isn't the phone for you. Okay, so that's been it. Thanks for watching. Thumbs and subs if you love this, and feel free to share it with your friends. And in the comment section, let me know whether you are for this phone or against this phone. Let me know what you think. See you guys next time. Bye.